All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man, hope everybody's having a great Friday. Ready? It's Friday. All right, cool. That's it. That's all I got for you. All right, man, let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it. The Toronto Raptors. Been a while since I made a Raptor video, right? Couple days. So every now and again, I get to kind of marry two of my favorite things, some of my favorite things to do, right? What people do not see on this channel is I'm really big on investing. I'm really big on investing and stocks and stuff like that. So I pay attention to a lot of things. A lot of things that if you just watch the channel, you wouldn't know about me, right? But, that's me. But every now and then, I get to marry the two. This is one of those cases, all right? So, the Toronto Raptors, who are currently being forced to play in Tampa, are now, I'm reading that they have to practice in a hotel ballroom. It's unfortunate, but it's understandable. Right, I understand the reasoning behind it. I never questioned it. I never questioned it for the simple fact that they're just trying to do it best for the people and keep the countrymen safe. 100%, no problem with that. Love it, actually. As I've talked about before, Toronto did. The Raptors presented them a plan, everything, how they could try to be as safe as possible, taking what they learned in the bubble and bringing it current. And bringing it to Toronto, but didn't work out there. It just didn't. It wasn't enough. All right, for lack of better terms. So, with that being said, we all know that. Well, if you haven't heard, If you haven't heard, there's a new medicine, a new vaccine. That's what word we're using from Moderna and Pfizer. It's a vaccine that's for the coronavirus, right? And it's very promising, 94% effectiveness. And it's a lot of pump about it, a lot going on. So me being the guy who loved to pay attention to this type of stuff as well as pay attention to sports, so do that open the door for possible Toronto Raptors to come back home earlier than expected at some point. And then when you see articles like this, it really makes you hopeful, right? Like I'm not knocking it because you got to do what you got to do, but to have to practice in a hotel ballroom, it's just not created. It wasn't created for sports, right? It wasn't created for that type of. It got to be some special concessions made. It got to be special things done to try to make it applicable. I haven't seen it. I don't know if some of you guys, I haven't seen it, but in my mind, I can only imagine them, trying to clear it all out. And you go to the locker room or however they have that set up, passing by old dinner tables and kitchens. It's like, I don't feel like basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say that hopefully with this vaccine, that it at least opened the door for Toronto to go back home. That's the moral of what I'm trying to say here. Now, let me say this. Before anybody say, this is not me saying you should take it, you shouldn't take it. That's not my call. That's your call. Whatever you feel is right to make you happy, you do that. I ain't got nothing to say about that. What I'm saying is this could be a possible way for Toronto to get back home and be back in a familiar territory. We got to remember, they haven't played basketball in a familiar territory as far as being home. They haven't had a home court advantage in since March, maybe. So when you look at it from that standpoint, you go, even though, okay, so right now, NBA games are going to be going on, without fans and things like that. So you say, well, it's not really home court. Yeah, but it's something about familiarity. There's something about being able to run in a locker room that you're familiar with, run into a locker room with your team posters everywhere, with your motivational speeches, with, things like We're the North and things like that. Something about that just give you that little bit of, right? I'll give you a prime example. You ever went to the gym to work out and you didn't have your headphones? Now the equipment is still there. You can they're gonna be playing music on the PA or whatever. Most likely they'll be playing some music up above. You can kind of still play your music a little on the low from your phone. But it's something about having those headphones in that really allow you to get into your zone. It's like it closed the world out and you're in your zone and you're able to perform at your peak. That's what home court advantage is for. And it's sort of a disadvantage for the Raptors because not only are they going to be, there's no fans, but they're not even familiar with their surroundings. They're practicing a hotel ballroom. So first of all, shout out to the Toronto Raptors for even muscling through this, staying motivated, understanding the goal. Shout out to Nick Nurse, the coach of the year. Shout out to Masai Ujiri, who we already know what that guy is. If you just look up amazing in a dictionary for a GM, president of basketball operations, like that's his title, right? If you just look that up in the dictionary, it'll probably be his face in there as the epitome of what that is. So, but when I say all that to say that it's still at a disadvantage. It's still being unfamiliar with certain things is still at a disadvantage. You can't just go out to your car. You can't just get into your car and drive home. How do that affect families? I thought one of the most heartwarming stories in the bubble when you see Steady Freddy kids run to him. That's powerful. Well, guess what? Every other NBA team is now going to, after the game, there's no families. They can go home. They can go back to their family, to familiar territory, to their own, place of residence. Toronto still don't have that, and so that's the situation. That's why, I'm talking about this because it's put them at a disadvantage a little bit. I gotta be honest. I get it, play ball we can, and some people say, well, not having family there is not. Let me tell you something. We talking about a 72-game season. Now, I'm quite sure if family accommodations is cool, there's gonna be something done because that's impossible. Nobody do that to people. But in the military, we used to do that all the time. Gone for a year. See you when you get back. Get back. Kids don't know who you is. But I say all that to say that we have to. That I'm taking that into consideration, and I'm hoping with the vaccine and the new things that are coming up from a positive, even though it's bad right now, from a positive light, that the Toronto Raptors get back to Canada soon. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, man, you guys be great.